Greetings out there, it's Jesse here. Scouring through the news events and stuff like that, and given from what I've seen on my Facebook page, people talking about the Pope or Catholicism and the beast system that is, Roman Catholicism, as we grow each passing day within the realms of the feet of iron and clay. Um, we do acknowledge, as most true Bible-believing Christians, that the beast, which is the religio-political system, is Roman Catholicism. It's hands down. All you have to do is look at the books of the book of Daniel and Revelation, and put the pieces together, and you'll be able to find that. But there are places that will put out things that seem very legit, seem very um, eye-opening. But see, the thing that we have to do is when we're looking at sites, we have to, especially sites that are not known, we have to research the sites. Okay, I've made mistakes like this in the past regarding the site called Internet Chronicle, which I posted a story regarding Snowden, saying that there was going to be a cataclysmic event, asteroid, a huge rocket in the Earth or whatever, on Internet Chronicle, and I showed how that was a disclaimer, and it basically said in small print that this site is for entertainment purposes only, or it's for the writer's amusement. Okay, and I also saw an article written on Before It's News talking about the same thing. Pope Francis condemns racism and declares that all religions are true at historic Third Vatican Council. Now, the thing is Third Vatican Council. See, all of this has been posted on not so legit sites, blogs, and these types of things, that there was a Third Vatican Council. Now, I know out of Huffington Post and stuff like that, there's been questions raised that, hey, we need a Third Vatican Council to discuss the future of the church and these types of things. And trust me, the Vatican Councils are nothing but evil, cloaked in good, obviously. Um, but a Third Vatican Council would not only be on your legit alternative media sites, on Catholic sites, but it would be on mainstream media as well, okay? Because the Pope is on the world stage, okay, and the mainstream media would pick up on his actions, so to speak, on such a huge event. And there hasn't been anything. There hasn't been a Third Vatican Council, okay? So that right there should spell some doubt, rather this is true. But then you also look, and then you look at the some of the quotes that he supposedly made. And again, I'm not defending Pope Francis. He's an antichrist. He considers himself the vicar of Christ, as all popes do on earth, a substitute Christ. So in a nutshell, he is a antichrist. But you look at quotes which states that of what he said, that Catholicism is now a modern and reasonable religion which has undergone evolutionary changes. The time has come to abandon all intolerance. We must recognize that religious truth evolves and changes. Truth is not absolute or set in stone. Even atheists acknowledge the divine through acts of love and charity. The atheist acknowledges God as well and redeems his own soul, becoming an active participant in the redemption of humanity. End quote. Now, did he really say this? Well, the thing is, we can't deny the fact that he would say something like this when he has openly announced that, well, even atheists who do good are redeemed, not just Catholics. Okay, so it's salvation by works. You don't have to, accept the blood atonement of Christ. You don't have to do any of that. All you have to do is just do good. Okay, that's it. You know, so right off the bat, you can read something like this and say, yeah, it's not. Without a doubt that he would step up and say something like this. And then Allegedly, he goes on to continue, through humility, soul searching, and prayerful contemplation, we have gained a new understanding of certain dogmas. The Church no longer believes in a literal hell where people suffer. This doctrine is incompatible with the infinite love of God. God is not a judge, but a friend. Now, obviously, even though these statements are false, that he didn't really say these things, we can see this actually evolving within the churches today. Um, and these types of things, that God is not a judge. He's just a big guy in the sky. He's a friend, and that's how we have to look at him as, and these types of things. And a lover of humanity. God seeks not to condemn, but only to embrace, like the fable of Adam and Eve. So according to this site, Adam and Eve is a fable to the Pope, which again, I can't put it past him to say these things. Okay. We see hell as a literary device. Hell is merely a metaphor for the isolated soul, which, like all souls, ultimately will be united in love with God. Okay, so everyone is saved. Everyone is redeemed. All you gotta do is do some kind of good work, and then we'll meet at that point, basically, is what he is saying, in his actual quotes, basically. He also claimed all religions are true because they are true in the hearts of all those who believe in them. What other kind of truth is there? In the past, the church has been harsh on those it deemed morally wrong or sinful. Today, we no longer judge. Like a loving father, we never condemn our children. Our church is big enough for heterosexuals and homosexuals. And again, you look at actual quotations where he was asked about gays and homosexuals. He's like, "Who am I to judge them? Come all, come one, come all." You know, his main focus is world peace. Okay, just like the Pope before, and just like all your powers that be, they want a new world order, a world peace, and these types of things. For the pro-life and pro-choice, for conservatives and liberals, even communists are welcome and have joined us. We all love and worship the same God. So all religions worship the same God. Again, you look at these quotes and say, yeah, this is definitely something that he would say, but the fact and truth is he hasn't come out and literally said these things. This is a fringe site, folks. But again, you cannot put it past them to see these things, because what you see in these quotes are actual literal things that are going on within the lukewarm state of Christianity today, the Laodicean state. That we all love and worship the same God. You have the Rick Warren's Chrislam, and these types of things. So, but again, we have to really be mindful and be watchful of certain websites. And here's the disclaimer, okay? He's got a nice little picture here, this whole unified star here. We can all share the same star, Europe for all. And the original content on this blog is largely satire. And he goes on to say, it is in the spirit of the above quote that I write. Who am I, you may ask? My name is Eric Thorson. I created this blog for my own personal amusement. So he's not interested in getting, truth sharing here. He's just he's just a blogger, just creating random stories, and some people take it to heart and will say, hey, this actually happened. And the quote he was mentioning was this one right here by George Christoph Lichtenberg, which he quotes, I ceased in the year 1764 to believe that one can convince one's opponents with arguments printed in books. It is not to do that, therefore, that I have taken up my pen, but merely so as to annoy them, and to bestow strength and courage on those on our own side, and to make it known to the others that they have not convinced us. So again, that's end quote. So again, this site, which this story basically originated from, is false. This is not a true statement. This Third Vatican Council has not happened. And even if it did happen, you wouldn't have Catholic sites such as this one stating that it has not happened. Certainly a Third Vatican Council would be big news for all these for Catholic news sites, um, CatholicOnline.com, and these types of things. But we have not heard anything about it, like from Huffington Post, Reuters, uh, Drudge Report. I mean, these sites would be putting this out there and said, "Hey, there's a new Vatican Council going on," but um, folks, it has not happened. Um, so if the Vatican III Council has not happened, how can we be so sure to believe that these quotes right here are accurate? Okay, so again, I just want to point this out that we really, really need to watch what we are reading and watch what we are putting out there, um, and do the research on certain websites. Again, when you look at, especially, I mean, this is from WordPress.com. These are blog sites. When you look at blog sites, I'm not saying you can't get information, true information from blog sites. But when we look at blog sites, we need to look at, the about, and we need to look at the disclaimers. What's the disclaimer saying? Why is this person putting up these blogs and these types of things relating to current events? Are they true? And then when you see something like this, don't follow it. I mean, because all this guy is doing is putting stuff up for his own amusement. That's it. So again, um, watch what you're putting out there. Watch what you're reading, um, because there's a lot of deception out there. Again, and then one other thing I wanted to make clear, that I am not I'm not out here saying that he cannot say these things in the near future. I'm not saying that there isn't going to be a third Vatican Council. It has been discussed about a third Vatican Council, but it has not happened yet. Um, it very well could happen in the near future, and these are some quotes that could very well come to fruition based on above quotes that the Pope has quoted. About atheism and the homosexual agenda and abortion, being very condoning, in these aspects. Uh, but the truth of the matter is, he has not specifically come out and said these things, and it is not accurate. So I figured I would bring this to your attention, and you can see my article that I've written about this on beforeitsnews.com for explaining this in more detail. So again, truth be told, truth be known, stay safe. God bless. We will see you next time. Bye bye.